You know, when we resonate, I'm the happiest.
Yeah.
Welcome back, all. Thank you so much. Last week's episode exceeded our expectations, and we're really grateful for your engagement and also the views it's picking up. The content seems relevant to what people want to hear, and it's our perspective still. Remember that. We're sharing our experience and perspectives, and we're looking at everything in the universe. So everything's possible in the universe. Hence, there's no such thing as, we got one comment where somebody said, you guys must be a lekker tik, ne? But if you woke, you're naturally high.
Yeah. And you can't explain that to someone, so it's okay. We wish him well in his journey.
Yeah, your mind must be open to be able to learn. Your mind must be open to be able to see that everything's possible. And if everything's possible and you've got experiences in it, you can't tell somebody else that the experience is wrong.
Yeah, but it's okay. Everyone understands from their level of understanding.
Yeah.
So from his level of understanding, if I always put myself in his body, like he was just not exposed to so many open thinkers. So it's okay. He'll get there.
And we were there too. We were closed-minded at one stage, and we didn't believe in these things.
Exactly.
We didn't believe in spirituality. We didn't believe in there's a God like the way the church portrays it. And coming from the church, I can see how the church aligns to what the Bible's trying to explain in allegories. So I'm so proud. Canon sat with the Bible now the other night, and she never slept. She sat from 12 till 3 in the morning, busy getting revelations.
Why she's now talking about this.
I like it. I like it. It's because of the horsemen.
Yeah, but okay.
The horsemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to speak about the 4 horsemen the last episode?
Yes, we actually have another segment that we're going to talk about, but just to, because we obviously rewatched the previous episode, and then I realized that I said something that I was going to come back to, but I didn't. So now when I come back to it, it was the 4 horsemen of Revelation that they talk about. And there was a red horse, a white horse, a black horse, and a pale horse. And I always wanted to know, what does this mean, man? They talk about it and they explain it. Obviously, it's allegories, and at the time I couldn't understand. But now, obviously, having a different understanding and a renewed mindset, I went back and I had to go read it because it was bothering me. It was on my mind the whole time. And I think it was 12 o'clock one night. I got up and I just, whatever was in my way, I took to grab, to write. And it came to me that the red is your emotion. Those that couldn't control the emotion, something will happen to. Because that's the explanation, like in the Bible. And the second one was black. Color, I'm not going by order now. But the black represented intellect. Because if you think of it, all doctors or wherever you get kept, it's like a black robe, you know, it's like this cube. Which is also another rabbit hole, but anyway. But black is intellect, so those that think, they can think themselves into heaven, basically. And then what was number 3? The pale horse.
Yeah.
That was like symbolized to me like your body, your flesh. Because you can eat rot or you can eat things that are alive, you know, and your body has to go back into earth, which means you become one with the ecosystem again. And then the last one was the white horse, which is like the spirit, which is always clean and untouched, you know, the kid like in you. So, yeah, that was all that I wanted to say about the 4 horsemen.
Yeah, the 4 horsemen is very important as well. I wanted to say, like, this whole debacle at the Paris Olympics, where they had the pale horse. Remember
all
that?
that also, yeah. I didn't even pay attention to that at the time.
And then also Porsche, the emblem of Porsche, the red horse, or it's a black horse.
Black.
Yeah, it's the black horse. So if you look at it, in terms of allegories, in terms of the Bible, in the Bible it says that there's 4 angels in the 4 corners of the world. In terms of awareness, you got 4 levels that you can be aware at. In 4th person, also observing 1st person, 2nd and 3rd, which means that you open 4 windows in your brain to be able to see who you're interacting with, how you're interacting, how the 3rd person in the conversation is receiving it, and how all of you are interacting together. Then you're zooming out, you're observing, you become the observer. And what I've noticed through the ascension journey and my pain and trauma, that the 4 horsemen for me I'll make a good example. We all have triggers, we all have habits, and we all have these things that control us, in a sense, to go in a direction and not optimize time. And the 4 horsemen for me, I look at it in today's terms. Mine was first as a male, maybe lust, habit, alcohol. Third thing, overexcitement, butting in when you get excited into conversation, not being able to hold your excitement, and your ego comes out. And the 4th one was, so I said it was lust.
Oh, aggression.
Aggression was the 4th one. So it's lust, alcohol, control of excitement, budding in, and aggression. Now, to be able to optimize yourself, you look at your 4 horsemen. Everybody's got 4 horsemen. We all have what they call demons, triggers, pain, trauma, creates it. It's defense mechanisms. When I looked at mine, I had to look at what do I have to do to get rid of it. So firstly, with lust and stuff like that, pornography, if you over consume pornography, it will stimulate you in a way that it is an overdrive of sex. So the connection with a woman also is not only about sex. It's about connection, the female being engaged in the intimacy. The second thing, alcohol. Growing up in the Cape Flats, we were programmed into, bring a doppie samen. Ons gaan na 'n bar toe. We go to a bar, whatever. But now over-consuming derails you. You must consume till you're tipsy. But when you get over tipsy, then it goes into not of sober mind. Then you open up portals in your aura, channels, to be channeled in a energy sense, where all your negative subliminal programming and subconscious will come into play, in a sense where you will become dwars, they call it, the dark side come out. Then the aggression part, for every conversation that you have and taking offense to certain things, the less offense you take, the better. And I've learned that to control my aggression, I need to look at my accountable part of why the aggressive situation is there. What did I say? How am I accountable to this aggression? And when you do that, you diffuse. And you also realize that you don't need aggression. I prefer to not be angry. I prefer to go to sad rather. You can choose your emotion. I tap into my feminine side and I just let my masculine side just sit back and think in terms of how can I process what happened now without getting angry at it. So then you alchemize the energy. And then the last one was control of excitement, which is one of the biggest ones. When blessings fall, people get overexcited. Exhibit A sitting right here. And I'm not going to spell myself. I used to get. So control of excitement now means you don't have to boast, brag, boast. You isolate, you validate yourself. And you detach from materialism. When you do that, then for me, from my perspective, it was easier for me to control my excitement. Then practicing also all of these things in meditation, breathing, sitting in total silence, in dark, sitting in total silence, in light, playing loud music, soft music, stimulating all your senses, stimulating your eyes, your ears, your mouth, everything so that you can process and observe. That is how you discover that ambidextrous nature is one of the most important things. And, when we were programmed to brush your teeth with one hand. So now the other hand becomes lazy, or the leg, favoring one leg. You can't favor you can't favor your hands also, in my opinion, because you were given both. But we were programmed in a way where we only use one. That's why we used to play this drinking game called Buffalo. No? So that programs you to use your other hand. Now, if you think of it, if you use both hands optimally, then you optimize time. If you have to grab something, you can grab it with your left. You don't have to favor and grab it with your right. You don't have to cross over your midline. You know what I mean? Although crossing of the midline is important, as we know in what they say of autism. But irrespective, I'm not going to derail this. Thank you for your space also. I'm going to give you some space also to just get out where you want this to go. Because we don't have a script.
Yeah.
Everything is blank.
We just have one topic, but
Blank.
we'll get to that. I just want to comment on what you were saying now.
Yes.
And as you were talking and I'm listening, I'm also having my own realizations. So the realizations on my side, on what you spoke on. So you said it was aggression, lust, alcohol, and excitement.
Yes.
So I'm taking that template onto myself.
Yes.
I had a lack of all of it.
Okay.
Like the feeling. I had a lack of feeling of wanting to have sex.
Yeah.
Always. I never knew why. I thought it was normal. I thought all females never wanted to have sex. That we did it just for the approval of the guy. Like this means like, okay, you're in a relationship now. This is what you do, you know?
Yeah.
But there was no, thank you. There was no emotional attachment.
Yes.
That's why I could cut off, like my brain could cut off emotionally.
Yeah.
Obviously until you. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yes, queen. Yes, mama.
Anyway, I had to attach to re-detach from you. But in the most sacred way now.
Yes.
But anyway, and that was the last thing, no? Then the next thing was alcohol.
Yes.
Fear. I had fear of drinking for very long because our Christian household, my mother, you know, there was no alcohol in our household.
Yeah.
And ik heb nog kerk gegaan and youth and all of these things. So I only started drinking, I think, after school.
Yeah.
Really.
Yes.
Ek was die part van die cool klik vir die guys wat gebank het en ons gaan drink by auntie dinges op dinges se huis. Daar was ek, unfortunately. Ek was nie genooi nie.
Yes.
So I always started drinking when I went to college.
Yes.
Now to the aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah, how I handled my aggression, I kept it in. Hence, like my skin always flare up because I keep it in. Somewhere it will always get an outlet.
Yes.
Yeah, and what was the last thing?
Control of excitement.
Control of excitement. Oh, we weren't allowed to even get excited for anything.
Yeah.
Like, because of our mom, you know. You were excited internally, like when my sister will talk, like, you're excited to go here, whatever. But we know there's a certain rules that come when you go.
Yeah.
So you can't be fully excited the way
Yes.
you want to be wild.
Yes.
And my mama said, jy moet daar sit en jy moet daar eet en
Yeah.
speel met
Now,
die mense so goed te sien.
I think this is perfect for us to bring in
The parents.
the parents because we had
Our
a great
actual topic for today.
Yeah, we had a great conversation with one of our friends and service providers. And this person...
Colin. Oh, hey, thank you, girl. Sorted us
I
out.
didn't want to mention a name.
Why?
Because, okay, let me just say this. No offense by anything we're sharing.
No, it's not.
Well,
It's our story.
Let me say it from this perspective. We don't intend to disrespect anybody here. Our intention is not to disrespect any of the elders. Our intention is not to disrespect any household because everybody grew up different.
Yeah.
Everybody has different moral and principles and family dynamics. And we respect all families. So we will just share the fear part of
our experiences.
Yes.
And a lot of you will obviously resonate because as we know, we all, our culture is colored. En as anti-dinges so gesê het, dan weet almal van anti-dinges, van almal het 'n anti-dinges, you know? So it's kind of the same. If your experience will match sometimes and sometimes it won't, you'll have your own experience.
Yeah, so we want to discuss the generational curses because we feel our parents had to grow up in harsh conditions and these conditions created sternness where there were sayings that I heard before and not pointing fingers at my parents, but it was a common saying amongst what I heard in my experience.
The TikTok trend.
Yes.
There was a TikTok trend. Are you talking about that? The sayings?
I'm talking about that, yeah. So
Yeah.
one saying was that I heard, kids should be seen, not heard. Kinders moet gesien wees, nie gehoor wees.
Yeah.
And then the other saying was, ek het jou in die lewe gebring.
Ek kan vir jou uit.
Ek kan vir jou uit die lewe uithaal.
Kind uit te goed.
Yeah, I brought you into this life. I can take you out of this life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, there were many of these cliche things that program you and how you treat your kid in terms of how you were treated. So how do you break the generational curse? You talk in a respectful way to see that all of us are individual souls and all of us want to be respected. We have kids. The way we're raising our kids now is different to how we were raised because we know that we want to give our kids the freedom to explore all their passions and not to do what we want them to do.
Yeah, that
not
we,
in terms of
we grew up
because
the fear of.
I wanted to be a 200-meter athlete that made SA and ran at the Olympics. I wanted to play for United, you know. Now, because of that, I don't want Brody to do it because I wanted to do it. Brody loves computers again. He loves Roblox. He's a genius at what he does and he builds his own game. As we know, in life, he plays the game.
Yeah, he
looks at
literally plays the game that he just
and
built.
he scores his consideration, he scores his emotions,
Yeah.
and he scores his performance.
And his
in life.
responsibilities.
Yeah, so we learned from him there. We're like, oh, we're supposed to live like that. We're supposed to be scoring our interactions. Yeah.
We're learning such mad stuff, like having a baby and having like a 10-year-old, almost 11-year-old. Yo,
They're
life is
amazing.
fun. Life is so fun.
When you listen to kids, then you'll see them too.
Yeah.
Because now the kids had me already so nervous on a day when I was tapped in and I went to the spiritual awakening. Then the kids directed me. And I was nervous. I said, Uncle, actually relax.
Yeah, when we just figured out basically, this is also another conversation, but
Yeah,
we're just gonna tap. We're just gonna tap.
Yeah.
When we figured out that God speaks through the kids, like for real, if you
Purity.
are listening,
Yeah.
paying attention to what's happening around you, and then what the kid actually disrupts all the time, you will see that there's a pattern.
Yeah.
They don't even know because they're so pure.
They're being
so
channeled.
and they're so present.
Yes.
So you will talk like aside in a conversation, and a kid will hear, and then all of a sudden the kid will, mommy, 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 all of a sudden, and you will be like, wait man, I'm busy talking here to auntie, whatever. But the kid is saving you. Joy's nou besig om by te praat of by te luister.
Yeah.
Maak
The,
nie saak
the kid
which
is
way.
trying to intervene in you making a mistake.
Stop, yeah. Or you will speak out loud and say, yeah, I wonder now, what will I do with this? And the kid will answer, do that. And, but then they will just go on playing.
It's like Brody. Brody done it with us,
He does it many
Yeah, he
times.
channels, then he talks out of the blue and he says stuff and it's on point
Yeah, like
of
me
what
and
we
Ashley
need.
will be chilling somewhere away from him, and he'll come in from outside or from where he's playing his games. And in a conversation, he doesn't even know what we're talking about. He'll just come in and it's like, he'll just say something random, and then he'll like, okay, close the door again. And whatever he said
Is on
is the
topic.
answer
Yeah.
to whatever
Yeah, and
we
we're
were
like,
just...
what's happening here?
Yeah.
So that's what they call reborn. You become kid-like again. We became kid-like. Now, obviously, we don't become kid-like in that sense. We become
Your mind becomes
more playful.
fluid.
More playful also.
I'll call it more
Yeah,
fluid.
and more sarcasm and dad jokes and just laughing and enjoying life in a blissful way.
Yeah.
Because we've learned to process pain and trauma means that we tamed our egos. And to tame your ego is being woke. If you know when you're in ego mode or not. And I'm not saying the ego is a bad thing. The ego is what our free will created. It's a devil's dance floor. It's the difference between an animal and us. We have free will. And animals don't have egos. They have instinct. So we have instinct and ego. And we have soul. Soul is part of instinct. So if you look at yourself in duality, in the yin yang, black white, then you'll understand that incorporating the ego into the soul is very important so that you can enjoy yourself on earth. You can be on the devil's dance floor without doing the devil deeds. You can bring
Authentically.
people to the light. You can be a light bearer and walk in the footsteps of Jesus Christ. Yeah. Thank you for the space.
That was a quite... That kind of song geweest het.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be a song.
I kind of song geweest het. But you were talking about you wanted to run and do all these things, no?
Yes.
And as you were talking, okay, now it's just, putting dots together. We all attract the things that we wish to have been. Because when you said that, I thought, I wanted to be a designer.
Yes.
Because ek het my klere opgesny.
Yes.
En vir my poppe klere gemaak, dan word ek geslat. Kan my ma sê ek sny my klere op. But I'm just thinking, if I was the mother in that instance, I was saying, my child has a natural knack for like dressing a Barbie or a doll or whatever. I'm not buy a small sewing machine,
You know what I mean? On a
Should I buy
passion.
a few patterns or a sketchbook or, just to water the grounds for me, because I'm already like there, my mindset was already there. But then, omkom van die boom, I attracted how many designers in my life?
Phew.
I mean...
I went to a fashion show with you.
I mean,
I went
the
to a
best.
show.
The best designers. So that was just like a aspect of me. Like that broken off that I didn't get to live out. So now I could live it out through someone else's eyes. Like, oh my gosh, this is what I would have gone through. This is what I would have been able to make. Because their fashion sense is exactly what I would have made.
Yeah.
Like the way everything is curved.
And I've learned my feminine through them.
Yes, as you did.
Yeah.
Like through that
I want to send a shout out to them.
Yeah.
Logan, Rudy,
Yeah.
Annie,
Yeah.
the designers.
Yeah, Keegan, Jandro, yo guys.
That click, I've learned there what style is.
Yeah.
They say money can't buy style. I don't think that. I think you are born with class.
You
and
are.
and what pain and trauma just changed us.
Yeah, and I think we all have it though.
Yeah, it's
something
kumbaya,
You either
it's-
unlock it or you don't,
Yeah. We all kumbaya at one stage. We all understood what Ubuntu was at one stage. you
And
know?
I honestly, of course, I we all attract what we are. So the way I feel is like I always attract the same type of people that I am. And the type of person I am is like I always had a lot of friends, but I never saw them often ever.
Yeah.
Or chatted to them often ever.
Yeah.
But when we see each other, it's like, no, time has passed. We just pick up right where we left off. And I'm like, oh, so what are you guys busy with now? Where are you in your ascension journey? It's like nothing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Keegan or Genre in years.
Yeah.
But if we see them today, then we have to say, guys, our excitement,
Yeah.
to control, we all have stories to tell.
You know,
Like
and
Keegan
I
told me.
appreciate that. They taught
Yeah.
me the feminine side of me as a masculine.
Yeah.
You know, I used to chill again with the football playing guys, drinking beers, you know, going to bars, you know, the normal masculine thing to do. But when I chilled with them, I saw another dynamic of how humans can have fun. And I appreciate that, you know, and it made me take my ego to a point where I can say I forgave all people who hurt me in my life, and I hope all forgive me if I hurt them in their life. And if you still feel there's a grievance, message me. We can have a good conversation in maturity.
Yeah, same. Because there's a reason why there's ever grievances. There's a lesson to be learned. It's so lekker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to say now, so what do you think of generational curses and how it can make a person emotionally blackmailed or manipulated if no boundaries are built?
Sure, that is a loaded question. I first want to start off by saying what I understand from the question. When you say, how do I feel about generational curses? I want to stop first there. Because how are you going to know what's a generational curse and what has happened to you in this lifetime? How are you distinguishing between the two?
By your connection with peers. And different peers will show you, oh, but that's not normal. Our family's like that. Their families are not like that. And then I saw, oh, okay, but their family has another dynamic also. So generational
like a
curses.
repetition thing
Yeah,
that-
there's like a family dynamic that's a curse in the family also. And there's family dynamics that are blessings in the family. So if you look at the yin yang of the family, then
Yeah,
you'll
curses
see.
and blessings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Generational curses, how do I feel about it? And
The generational curse in terms of how it programmed us via emotional blackmail and via attachments and via
yeah, for that I have one word to encapsulate it all. It's called conditional love. They gave
that's
us
conditional love. Yeah. That's not unconditional love.
good. And no blame, no shame, because
They got conditional love.
I believe in reincarnation.
Me too.
So the same souls cycle through the same lineages,
Ancestors.
ancestors, DNA, you know. So when I want to blame my mommy for something, then I'm like, would I want to be in her shoes or would I be in my shoes? It's okay. I give it to her.
She cut a lot of curses for you too, to be
Yes.
able to wake up now.
Yes.
That's why thou shalt not judge. Very
And I
important.
feel like they had it worse than so I don't want to blame them
That's
for
why
anything.
I forgive everybody
Any of
for
our
that
parents,
mere
yeah.
reason, because I had to be that type of person too in my
And they
previous
did
life.
the best that they could with what they had and what they knew. They have tried to expand their consciousnesses
Yes.
with what they had, but they were most of their lives were in apartheid.
Yeah, and you know, there are other kids again that grew up with a household that's very strong. So they say a generation before makes weaker kids. Then that weaker kids make stronger kids, the next generation. It's like a cycle. If you are spoon fed,
If you're not awake.
yeah, if you're not awake, yeah, if you're sleeping. If you're spoon fed, then you become weak. But now your kids will see your weakness, then they become strong. They then run. So it's this whole generational thing. That's why when you woke and you understand thou shalt not judge, and understand that everybody want to express himself in their own essence, in their own soul, then you'll appreciate God's fragments, which are all of us together, including nature. So the generational curse thing is merely every family has a dynamic, and not all dynamics are good.
Every family has a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
We say that. Because I have yet to meet a family that is healed. So every family, from what I have seen, has a coping mechanism of how they handle pain.
Yeah.
That's all.
And
because everyone's happiness is the same.
exactly. And we're not saying there are non-healed families out there. There are healed families too.
Yeah, I'm
You
just
know?
saying from my reality.
Yes,
So
from your
because
experience
I feel like
perspective.
my family is not healed. So obviously that's all I will be attracting. I
Yeah.
won't be attracting healed families.
Yeah.
We must work on us first, then you attract outside. You don't work outside, then you get what you want inside. So because my family is fractured, I can only attract fractured.
Yeah.
Unless I say, I want to attract better to help my fractured family become better.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So yeah.
I agree. And
So 100% there are very healed families out there, and I will be meeting them soon.
yeah, the universe will be bringing them to us because we are looking at living a blissful life in tranquility and peace.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, you need to give it out, to radiate it out, so that you can attract it back. And that is the important thing of understanding. How do you break the generational curse? Firstly, how do you get manipulated in the generational curse? In my experience,
Yeah, what was your experience? Let's make it fun. What
Yeah.
was stuff your mother used to do? And so I'll say, let me first say what my mother used to do.
Okay.
That like low-key manipulated me.
Yes.
You know? So, my mommy would scowl all the time. My mommy was the talker. She scowled all day, every day. Even if the crux of the argument happened at 7 o'clock this morning and it's sorted and you apologized, and she'll say, yes, ek aanvaar jy het apologize. So, jy hoor nog 3 o'clock loop sy half by jou kamer. Ek kan nie glo die kind het nie vir my gesê nie. Like under her breath. Like she's reminding
I
you.
love the mother so much because she was very masculine and strong in that approach.
Yeah,
you know?
she was. But today, I am so happy that she used to do that because now I keep reminding myself of things that I want to pick up fast. Because that time it used to irritate me. Now it's my inner voice. So now I can remind myself like an echo.
Yeah.
She echoes me.
Yes.
Another thing she used to do, when she goes quiet, then you know that she is really upset. Then you're on eggshells. Sy vir haar hele tyd van, "Mama, 'n bietjie tee. Mama, alright, is iets doen vir mama nie." Sy wil net niks hê nie, sy is net fine. And that used to kill us slowly. It's like a slow death because it's almost like you knew somewhere a bomb is gonna burst, and the bomb is never like she's scared. Sy geef jou weg. Sy geef jou weg. Sy gaan eers gaan sy 5 o'clock moet opstaan om my gordyne af te haal. En want sy kom kap in haar kamer. Alles moet nou niet oorgetrek word. En sy geweet sy het planne gehad hy dag. Dan is your punishment. Sy moet maar nou uitmis. So that was how my mother kind of taught us in her way to be disciplined in our own emotions.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I never want to be that. I never want to do that.
Emotional blackmail is what was common, where you feel bad if you don't do something that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make you feel bad
Yeah.
for not wanting to do something.
And telling you how you should be living your life, what you should be doing like them, and where you should be going.
Wat jy moet staan, my ma het gesê, jy gaan 'n chemical wat is hy? Electrical engineer raak. Want jou suster het chemical engineering gestudeer, sy's nou net klaar. Nou ek het gekyk, jy maak hier dieselfde boeke.
Ja.
Ek gaan nie weer daai boeke kry vir 25,000 rand nie, maar gebruik jy sommer daai boeke wat jou suster nog niet gebruik het.
Yes. In English, for those viewers that
Oh,
don't
sorry.
understand Afrikaans,
Sorry guys.
can you explain it in
Yeah,
English?
my mother used to say, my sister studied to be a chemical engineer. And when we're 7 years apart, when she was finished studying, I was about to like start studying. And she told me, I have to go study to be an electrical engineer because she saw that you kind of use the same books of a chemical engineer the first 2 years. She's not going to spend 25,000 rand on the books again. So I have to use what my sister has to discard of now. And I was like, I can't believe that she is saying that I need to go study something. But my whole schooling career, she told me how dumb I was. And she's expecting me to go study for
those are
engineer.
examples. Those are examples of generational curses.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost as if the generations before us and way before them were all higher in ego. Impress each other, wanting to make people know my kid is a lawyer, my kid is a doctor, my kid is a scientist. But it's not about what the passion of the kid is. It's directed immediately, you know, and I've seen that. Where some kids want to go into stuff that they don't understand, like new stuff, like robotic stuff, like, let me make it more simple. If a kid wants to go into ballet, for example, firstly they will say there's no market for it.
In the colored culture.
Yeah, but ballet could have led that kid to dancing, and then that kid becomes part of a group or a pro dancer, you know. But also the kid can become a choreographer, and then work on movie sets. So all of these things has different facets to it that you can't direct a kid on his passion. A kid must discover his passion or her passion. And that is a new app, website we're bringing out soon, is for kids to help find their passions and directions and careers. It's called Career Compass. And it's basically a website where it does psychometric testing, aptitude testing, and personality trait testing on your interests and hobbies and stuff like that. Then AI, an algorithm, then analyzes all and then kicks out 3 potential careers based on your answers in the psychometrics, etc. But then also it kicks out the scores to each, which one it seems you might favor more. You interact with it then, and you will find the one that's really meant for you. That's a human interaction with a website. But then it also brings up the jobs in the country. How many jobs are available, the paying salaries of it, the caps, and then also grant funds available if the person is an entrepreneur, want to go into entrepreneurship and start their own company. So that new app, very excited. Just met with an awesome service provider today and will be coming out soon. So I'm doing pre-advertising of Career Compass. So yeah, it's based on the passion. And that is the reason why I thought of this app. How do you help the community? Kids that's matric, people that's in rehab, HR wanting to employ people. You want to understand that the person's really in the passion first. You want to understand that that person is not in the field for making money. Because once you're in your passion, money comes easy. You must enjoy the process before the goal. So how are you going to enjoy the end goal only and hate the process? And that's the passion, which is the generational curse thing for me, which is one of the biggest ones. All kids must go into their passions undirected. They must be the director of their own show.
Yeah. Going forward now,
Yeah.
I could understand why our parents drugged on us so to go study, because they never had the opportunity for them.
Yeah.
And they also, like my mom, they were 14 children. They couldn't go outside to go play and meet other mirrors of their passions like we could. Like I just mentioned, the friends that did the designing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They only had their brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And no one got the opportunity to do anything.
Yes.
So then they pushed it into their kids, their passions. Because I would have been, so you must be. So it's understandable with the knowledge that they had at the time. But we know better, so we're going to be doing better.
Yeah, and that's why we're being transparent and sharing. And we're caring. And we're doing it for entertainment purposes as usual. If it resonates with you, embody it. If it doesn't, just swipe it left. We don't need negativity.
Yeah,
it's all about positivity.
Yeah.
And we're grateful because we've only received positivity and one negative comment. But we understand that negativity will be part of it. This is the alchemization, where you take the negative and you transmit it into positive. So be of open mind if you want to. If you want to be closed-minded, then you will find more reasons to be negative.
Ja. Ek wil net jet leavies.
Ja.
Ek wil net soos die water wees in die botteltjie en dan in die kannetjie. Ek wil net die water wees.
Yeah. So yeah, on the topic again, generational curses.
Yeah, on the generational curses, there's many things I think that I grew up with. Obviously, I believed everything my parents told me, which half of it helped me and the other half didn't help me. Which it's designed that way, which brought me here, so I can't be mad at it. I'm rather going to be happy for it.
Yes. And you know what's a good thing about the generations also before us? Because our fathers were so strict with us, it made us stronger men in the sense of standing up, but then it also switched off our feminine a bit, So when we find the balance between masculine and feminine, we'll see that the generational curse is also how females were treated back in the day. In the kitchen must be,
I just wanted to say that. I wanted to say, add to what you were saying with your dad's being so strict, okay? I can't speak on my dad because a girl dad is different. There's 2 girls, If one girl is already melting,
we were 5 boys.
Yeah.
6 kids.
So, you guys with your dad was strict with you guys, which taught you guys quiet. But then how your dad was towards your mom was the mirror of what you would attract. So everything you would feel the lack of, So your dad can be strict and your dad can be soft towards your mom.
Oh,
too.
he was very soft when we were older of age. And my mom as well. So, but our family dynamic was very aggressive. You know, uncles and cousins, if you mess with them, they fight immediately. I had to come unlearn how not to fight no more. And how can I be mature about situations, you know, and look at what's more important. My kids, I want to leave a good example. I do not want to ever regret anything and being a bad example their way. So I'm grateful for how Brody and Demi is assisting us also in finding balance between being mature, being kid-like, being masculine, being feminine, being in IQ, EQ, and PQ, being holistically you in authenticity.
Yeah. You're speaking of your family now, and how they were with stuff and whatever. And I just want to say to the Bota family, I just want to give you guys a big ups there because that's the avenue your family was brought in, you know, from your ancestors.
Yeah.
It was very stern.
Yes.
My family, or family I spent majority of the time with, which was now my mother's family, and they got together like almost every Sunday, and that became like my childhood, and you know. But what I have to say about them, and I have to give them props for this, because that is literally how my mind is governed. That's the cushioning of my whole mind. I can make a joke out of anything. I can make a joke out of any situation, no matter if I embarrass myself. I don't care. I would rather laugh.
That's a generational cure.
Yeah, I would rather laugh because my family will laugh in your face for you.
Yeah. I've experienced that. They're a jolly bunch. When they're together, it's just humor. So
and
that's
they're very honest on their mess-ups, man.
Yeah.
They're like, they don't care.
Yeah.
So for me, that helped me so much in life, because I would have been hurt a lot by people outside if I didn't take it the way, like, I got to know of it in my family, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's very important for us to realize that the universe brings people together. Cannon's family and mine is total opposite, like we said in the previous episode. Her family is more dominant in the female. My family is more dominant in the male. And now the universe brings two together. And now we've learned from our dynamics. We mirror project each other. Without pride and ego, or yes, pride and ego is there only to defend your moral and principle boundaries. Talking up in a respectful way. Because we are programmed also by society and generations before us in terms of how we talk, you know, what we can say and can't say.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, I was taught that respect equals fear. Like in my household, whoever you fear the most, that's the one you have the most respect for. So that was my mother. Even my dad used to run for my mother. If we hear my mother's on her way now, because we know how she likes things and and she's very stern on how she likes it to be done.
Yeah,
If
discipline.
and she will tell you, I asked you to do this thing and you are going to show me that you half-assed it. So I'm going to stand here by you now and watch you redo it the way I know you can do it.
But if you look at the dynamic of your family, again, your dad was more the feminine role.
Yeah,
your dad stayed at home, your mother worked, you know?
No, my dad worked for the first 35 years.
But I mean, before your mom's pass on.
No, but even...
what I'm referring to is...
his feminine was more activated.
Yeah, he used
and
to
her
wash you
masculine
guys.
was more
He used to
activated.
bath you.
Yeah, it was very soft towards
very
us
soft, yeah.
all the time. And towards my mother.
Yeah.
I've never seen my dad like wild out.
So that's a positives, you know, of her family dynamic. Her dad brought a very nurturing feeling too, and her mother brought a very disciplined. On my side, again, it's the opposite. My mom brought a very nurturing, and my dad brought a very disciplined.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as a wrong way. We all learn, purge, grow.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we must take accountability to be able to learn and understand that, you know, we don't. Not everybody's on the same timeline at the moment. You were once lacking where somebody is great. I was once lacking with somebody, or lacking with somebody was great. And those dynamics is to understand that everything we're saying is not to judge anybody. It is just mere for us sharing, being transparent.
Our experiences,
Yeah. And our experiences, validations we got, confirmations from the universe, like TikTok, you know, Facebook. All of these things work for us.
Yeah, there was like a viral TikTok trend that moms did with like their toddlers, and like asked the same questions that like we spoke on earlier, which we said, I brought you into this world, and then they'll let the kids like fill in what they would think the answer would be. So then the kids would be like, and I love you. And then the mom would just be like, yeah, okay, that's it. And I want to say another thing in comparison to that. The other day, Brady was playing this game and he was racing against other people in the game. And then he told me, look, yeah, I came second in my team. So there was like 2 teams like on the screen. And there's now first to 4th place in each team now ranked. And I'm checking now, he's part of the winning team. And I'm looking at who's first place. But first place, there's a name in brackets, in caps in brackets, and then there's a name next to it. So I asked him, like, Brody, what is the name of the first player? Maar ek is eintlik geskok wat ek nou sien. Hy sê vir my, lifetime something, hy sê nou die naam. He's saying the name next to the word in caps. And I say, no, the one in caps. Hy sê vir my, Pause. Ek sê, oh, yes, that's what it is. Okay, thank you so much. So, look, ek dink, met my mind, sal ek nou sy brain so disrupted.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's a bad word, because he is playing against people internationally in mense se name word oor gespeel. Sy kan nie
Exactly.
hier met jou
That's a good point you're raising. It's like the generation.
cultural flaws.
Yeah. It's a generational curse thing that's associated to words.
Yeah, I'm so
And
happy that I allowed him to say what does he think it is instead of me putting my idea of what I think it is on it. And when
It's
he
a
was
good
like,
point.
no, it's pose. I was like, oh, okay, going.
Yeah, pose.
Nice. Yeah, ek look net.
As pose.
He was like, shoo, touch the bullet there.
Yeah, so that TikTok video is a significant one. It shows that kids don't answer the way we would have answered, which means it's a time lapse in
We've learned.
generation of what you're being subliminally
We've
programmed
learned,
to. Yeah.
We've learned and we've improved the way that everyone's raising their kids. I mean, even grandparents are not the same with their grandkids as they were with their own kids. They're
Yeah.
more lenient and nicer. So it just shows you with generations, the same generation now is doing something different than what they did with us.
Yeah, you know what makes you see the generation? Listen to their music,
Yeah.
the swinging 60s.
Yeah, before you go there, I wanna join you on that one.
Okay.
I wanted to add something that was important.
Apologies.
No. Let me just get back to it.
Yeah, get back to it.
It was about the parenting thing, man. Oh, yes. Jy weet, ek like 'n stukkie Bible inbring. The
Me
commandment that says you have to honor your parents. Thou shalt honor your parents and your days will be lengthened and your prayers will be heard and all of that. Now, a lot of people would say, what if your parents aren't honorable? What if your father is in jail for so many years for something very immoral or whatever the case may be? In their right, they can feel that way. Just another perception or set of lenses of eyes that I'm looking through now is, firstly, if something is repetition in your family, it's a curse. It's not even coming from your dad. He's just living
It's
it
a loop.
out. Yeah, it's a loop happening. And you're the one that can see it for what it is. And secondly, like we now said, life improves. The same generation acts different now than what they did then. So, which means if you know better, a way to honor your parents is to tell them the truth. To tell them, like, that is wrong,
It's
what
the
you are
best
doing.
gift you can give anybody is honesty.
We are now grown-ups now. I still love and respect you, but I have boundaries because I've seen in our household that we grew up in, and it has nothing to do with you. You did the best you could, but it didn't make better of me.
Yeah.
I learned boundaries to make better of me and then to teach it to my kids to make better of them.
Yeah. And if you think I'm wrong in my assessment, please tell me your perspective of it and how we can find a mutual ground.
Yes, because a lot of things is we are afraid to seem like feel like we're disrespecting our parents if we don't agree with something that they say.
Yeah.
But being honorable, I feel if I have a friend, like Ashley is my forever friend.
Yeah. That's my
If
brother.
he feels I'm
Yeah.
doing something wrong, he's gonna tell me because he wants me to be better.
And it's ditto.
So
We have mutual
if
respect.
I see that my dad is busy doing something wrong and it's a repetition of a thing, it's on me to say to my father, this is not right and I will not allow this in my reality.
Yeah.
If you want to continue, please do so, but outside of my vicinity, this is what I allow now. You see, because we are growing other humans also.
Yes.
And we want to make strong humans with the best survival skills that you can get.
But you must do it in a very
Kindness.
respectful way as well
Kindness,
when you
yeah.
speak to the elders, though.
Yeah.
Because they
That's what I'm
come,
saying,
yeah, they're the reason why we are where we are.
Yeah.
So we must give them gratitude. We wouldn't have been able to sit like this, the two
Yeah.
of us, if they didn't instill good things in us.
100%.
You know?
And this is why I'm like taking so care of how I say things, because I know, like, guys, the trauma is deeper and deeper and deeper and for longer periods. So it's just harder to have to push out, which is understandable.
Yeah, and can you understand why pride and ego is the only thing that blocks it? Once we look at our pride and our ego and we really want to face it, then you will see, oh my God, this accountability of things that I need to purge.
Yeah.
I need to work on this, I need to work on that, because nobody's 100% wrong. There's a flip side to every coin. It's
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's the angel and the devil in everyone.
Yeah.
And when we see our parents as just people and not as this is my mother or my father, like I can understand that now from being a mom. The way I see Demi with no attachment. I love her immensely, but I don't want to have attachment towards her because I never want to impose what I feel
Yeah.
onto her.
Exactly.
I never wanted to feel like, because I feel this way about something, you should feel this way about
We want to
the same
leave a
thing.
boundaryless to build our own boundaries.
Exactly. So I wanted to be the most authentic that she can be because I'm striving to be the most authentic
Yeah.
I can be in
Yeah,
this
and
lifetime.
we learn from Brody also. Brody
Yes.
taught me authenticity.
But I'm saying like me actually pushing out the kid, like how I now feel.
Yes,
Having my own
I
kid.
understand what you say.
Yeah.
I was there when you gave birth upstairs. I was in the
Yes.
bath with you.
Yes.
Makazolo mapimpi
Okay,
stry.
relax.
Oh, I get so excited for that. So now for me,
But so Mike, so my loud.
it's okay. I can express my feminine too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for me, I forgive, I love in the present. If the behavior is changed, it's the biggest apology anyone could ever ask for, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
We are not supposed to stay the same, guys. We're supposed to grow
Evolve.
mentally, physically, and emotionally. So that means you can't have the same thought process. You're stuck in a loop. And pride and ego is the loop. So think of it. I want to use that as a hook. Pride and ego loop.
Yeah, and hurt.
Yeah.
Hurt. I think hurt is covered with anger and aggression and sadness. Was all just hurt.
Hurt is the reason why there's pride and ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insecurities.
Yeah, it builds it because you're trying to protect yourself. So pride and ego is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Specifically, is how people look at it.
Yeah.
It's just like a protective shell, you know.
Exactly. And that's why the generational curses come from that. You know, it comes from pride and ego first. But can you blame people? When you were stepped on, they built a pride and ego defense mechanism.
Yeah, to protect
And
themselves.
that layer down to us.
Yeah.
You know, so how do we use our pride and ego to have communal fun, not only individual fun? How can you have fun while others have fun? Then we kumbaya, then we're on frequency, then we tapped in, then we're in sync. But if our wavelengths don't match, then we're fragmented, and we need to be defragmented. So yeah, biological AI, call us whatever you want to. We have emotions. That's what we trade in. What we leave each other with is exactly the currency that is required in this world.
Yeah.
And monetary system works well if you want to hoard. I'm past hoarding. I'm now into that phase of my life where quality over quantity. And the quality is more moments where I can lay and have good memories and not have regret in bad memories. And I can look forward to the future with no anxiety, with having goals, etc. And that is real talk that we need to do. And we are doing. And I want to thank our generation before us for instilling in us what we have today. I want to show respect and honor them. And I want to say nobody's perfect. I am not. I love learning. I want to be one of my biggest goals is to learn the quickest. So if you do that, like AI, you biologically feel it. Yeah, I'm excited about the journey. And let's get back to the music.
Yeah,
the
I wanted
60s.
to say now the story of
Yes.
the song that we are choosing to end off with. My mom almost changed my sister's wedding date because of this guy that was going to be in Johannesburg and have a concert.
And he looks like my biggest customer at one of my biggest customers.
And my mother has never been on an airplane. She want to fly for this guy. And my sister had to move the day that you got married, and my sister said, I cannot do that.
Yeah.
Everything is booked. And then my mother missed the concert and she was so upset. She said she was in love with this man.
And then there's another brother that sings with this man. My brother stand there, man, used to say, because I had a puff back in the day, man. Say like this was Lionel. Yo, Lionel, and Stan the man had a pink Lionel CD, and we were like 17 years old going to Eden Park. Then we listened to Stuck on You, and you know all the greats of Lionel. And it's a collaboration between Kenny Rogers and Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say Kenny Rogers looks like one of my biggest customers, a long time customer. I appreciate Russell Glenn's ICT Diagnostics. You look just like Kenny Rogers.
Yes, and I've grown up listening to my dad play guitar and to all these songs, and we used to play for my mom and stuff. So this guy is like my mother's like dream guy. But now, being older, listening to the song,
yes,
and how this guy
it's on another
is
level,
paying attention
to the feminine EQ,
to his feminine and his woman.
It inspired me.
Like, if a female don't want that, I would think, gaan boene. My mama so mama.
Yeah, and that's why we love music. It resonates with us. So the swinging 60s, you know, the 70s, the 80s, the Michael era, the 90s. Whoa, one of my top era. That's where Tupac was in Boyz II Men, them, you know.
Ooh,
and then the 2000s.
Yeah,
but all of those music, I listen to everything you can ask her. I will play from 60s to whatever because of the feeling. I listen to the beat. My boy Amin Aaron, yesterday we were at his studio. That guy makes a beat that you feel it in your body. Like his monitors, his studio setup, Arkham Studios was so amazing. And when I felt that bass hit me, I'm like, oh, Amin. And we spoke, and I said, Amin, what if it must punch you a bit harder? And he immediately went to that screen and he just tapped on something. I saw this guy's genius nature, and he dragged something, and whoop, there's it sound. And I was like, yo, the passion of him. These parents, I want to big up to Amin's parents for allowing him to do what he wants.
Yo, amazing.
You know what I mean? We had such a great time. What a good brother.
Yeah.
Playful soul, you know, Chad him. Everybody, we appreciate you. And on the song, Lionel Richie actually wrote his verse in the toilet.
On the toilet pot.
Yeah. While Kenny Rogers
was recording his
verse and said there's no verse 2 on the script. And just enjoy it,
it's
man.
Just a video.
Yes. Just embody the feeling of it.
Yes.
If you want to, like we say.
Thank you for listening to us again.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah, we appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Much love.
Have a good week.
Definitely.
Strong.
Have a good strong.
Have a good
love
strong.
To say I'm excited about being a part of this is an understatement, to say the least. But you know, Lionel, first of all, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy for you. You know, you deserve what you're getting here. And Lionel and I met 32 years ago, right here in Las Vegas. But, you know, I'm so excited about this because now for those of you who are young, aspiring songwriters who want to learn how to pitch a song, Lionel is your guy. I called him from the Riviera here, and I said, Lionel, I'd love for you to come over and write a song for me. And he said, I don't think I have time. I said, well, it's going to be a part of a greatest hits album. It'll sell, I think, a minimum of 4 or 5 million records. He says, it's 7 o'clock tomorrow night, okay. So he came in at 7 o'clock, and we had this little upright rinky-dink piano in the dressing room, and he starts to play, and then he says, before I do this, I have to tell you, I pitched this to the Commodores, and they turned it down, which I thought was an interesting approach to selling a song. So he sits down, and he starts playing, and he goes, lady, wait. And the rest of it, la da 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 da. All he had was the one word. I said, how could they have turned that word down, I asked you. So we go in the studio, 6 months later, we're recording. I finished the first verse to the song, and I'm sitting looking at the lyric sheets, and there's not a second verse. And I said, wait a minute, where's Lionel? I swear to God, he's in the toilet writing the second verse. They said he's at his best under pressure. So I am so excited about being here, you know, and you're not just a friend of mine, but the song you wrote was truly a changing point in my career. It's one of the most identifiable songs I've ever done. I'd love to have you come up and sing it with me if you will. Come on, come on. Late on your night and shining, and I love you. You have made me what I am, and I am yours. My love, there's so many ways I want to say I love you. You have come into my life and made me whole. You have gone and made me such a fool, and I'm so lost in your love. We belong together. Won't you believe in my song? Hit it, Kenny. Lady, for so many years I thought I'd never find you. You have come into my life and made me whole. Forever, forever, let me wake to see you each and every morning. Let me hear you whisper softly in my ear. I see no one else but you. There's no other love like our love. Come on. Oh, we belong together. I've waited for you for so long. I want you to be with my love. There's something I want you to know. You're the love of my life. Get it, Kenny. You're my lady. Kenny Rogers, everybody! Lionel Richie!